Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be going over all of the 106 Pokemon that are going to be transferable through the new Pokemon Home update when it drops next year for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment, what are your thoughts on the selection of Pokemon that are going to be transferable through Pokemon Home? Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, this information is being taken from Power PYX, and as you can see, it has the whole list of Pokemon that are going to be transferable through the new Pokemon Home update when it drops next year. Now, Pokemon themselves have said that the new Pokemon Home update for Scarlet and Violet is dropping in spring of 2023. So that could either be March, April, or May. We're hoping for March, but knowing Pokemon, is probably going to be May. We also have the Pokemon Day announcement as well in February, so they might talk about it there as well. They might say, like, next month in March, you're going to be able to do it. We'll have to wait and see. A lot of people are thinking that's when they're going to drop DLC and stuff. And I'm not talking about Pokemon that are going to be coming back through the DLC, which will most likely be the case like Isle of Armor and Crown Tundra. I'm talking about the Pokemon that are going to be able to be transferred into Scarlet and Violet just through Pokemon Home. So anyway, let's go over to the list. The first bit of this is just like how to do Pokemon Home and stuff, but I'm sure you do know how to do that. Anyway, all compatible Pokemon to import through the Home app. Below is a list of all Pokemon that can be brought over to the Paldea region. So of course, starting things off, we have Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard. I think this is in Pokedex order as well to make it a little bit easier. Of course, the Charizard line is already in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet because of the raid event that we just had, which also kind of gives you a little bit of hope that we might get like a Greninja raid event, or a Delphox raid event, or a Chestnut raid event, because we've already had one for Charizard. Maybe on the build up to the Pokemon Home update, we get a couple of other home-only transferable Pokemon through raids and stuff, which would be really cool. We're seemingly getting quite a few raid events now. We obviously got the Eevee raid event, we've got the Charizard one, we're having the Tyranitar and Salamence one, then we're having another Charizard one, probably going to get a Christmas one. So yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see like something else being transferable through home in these raids. Anyway, Alolan Diglett, Alolan Dugtrio, Alolan Meowth, Galarian Meowth, and Alolan Persian. Makes sense because obviously like Meowth's already in the game and Diglett's already in the game. Hisuian Growlithe and Hisuian Arcanine are going to be in the game. I think it's already been confirmed that all Hisuian Pokemon are going to be transferable through Pokemon Home. We already know that Zorua and Zoroark, the Hisuian forms, are already going to be transferable because they told us about that when they announced Pokemon Home for these games. But either way, Hisuian Growlithe and Hisuian Arcanine, Galarian Slowpoke, Galarian Slowbro. Again, I'm not sure how they're going to be evolved if you still need like the twigs and stuff, because obviously they're only available in the Crown Tundra, so who knows? We'll have to wait and find out. Maybe they just become like a stone evolution or something. Then we have Alolan Grimer and Alolan Muck. We have Hisuian Voltorb, Hisuian Electrode, Articuno, Galarian Articuno, Zapdos, Galarian Zapdos, Moltres, Galarian Moltres, and Mew. So that is all of the Kanto Pokemon and Kanto Pokemon forms that are going to be transferable through Pokemon Home. Next up we have Cyndaquil, Quilava, and Typhlosion. So that's seemingly just because of Hisuian Typhlosion. However though, I think if you evolve Quilava in Paldea, it will always become a normal Typhlosion, like the Johto version. It won't become a Hisuian Typhlosion. The only way to get Hisuian Typhlosion is to evolve a Quilava in Hisui, and then transfer that Hisuian Typhlosion into Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Because as you can see here, Hisuian Typhlosion is also another Pokemon. Quagsire is also transferable, even though I think you can already get Johto Wooper in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I think there's a trade somewhere. So technically Quagsire is already in the game. Galarian Slowking, Hisuian Quillfish, Hisuian Sneasel, and those are all the Johto Pokemon and Johto Pokemon forms. Next up, we're moving on to Hoenn, and we have Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza. So these are the only legendaries and the only Pokemon in Hoenn that are going to be transferable through Pokemon Home. The only interesting thing about this is Mewtwo's not listed here. So like all of the legendaries in Kanto are listed there and Mew, but there's no Mewtwo. So no idea what that situation is. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do something similar to Dynamax Adventures in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet to get all of the legendaries. But at the same time, why does Mewtwo not make the cut, but Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza does? So I'm not sure what's happening there, but either way, let's move on to Gen 4. We have Uxie, Mesprit, Azelf, Dialga, Origin Form Dialga, Palkia, Origin Form Palkia, Heatran, Giratina, Origin Form Giratina, Cresselia, and Arceus is also going to be available in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet through Pokemon Home. This is all from like data mined information, by the way. They're not just making this up or guessing. This is all 100% accurate information. So a lot of the Gen 4 legendaries, if not all of the Gen 4 legendaries, apart from, I didn't see Darkrai there, which again, really random that Cresselia makes the cut but Darkrai doesn't. But either way, that's just how it is. Maybe there's gonna be like events for these Pokemon or something. But yeah, it doesn't really make sense that, you know, Mew's in the game, Mewtwo isn't, Cresselia's in the game, Darkrai isn't. Like, what's the situation there? Arceus is going to be available through Pokemon Home, though. Moving on to Gen 5, we have Victini, and then Oshawott, because obviously of Hisui and Samurott. So yeah, Oshawott, Duat, Samurott, Hisui and Samurott are going to be in the game. Again, same situation as Typhlosion and Hisui and Typhlosion. To get, like, to evolve Duat, it'll just become normal Samurott unless you do it in Hisui and stuff. You can also shiny hunt these Pokemon as well because they are breedable, which is really cool. Next up, Hisuian Zorua and Hisuian Zoroark. Also Hisuian Braviary. For the Hisuian forms for Gen 5. We also have Tornadus, the Tyrian form of Tornadus, Thundurus, the Tyrian form of Thundurus, Landorus, the Tyrian form of Landorus, but interestingly, no Anamoris, unless that's going to be at the very end of the list or something. But either way, probably because of Pokedex order. But all the Genies and all the Genie forms are all in the game. And that is Gen 5. Actually, no, we also have Meloetta and the Pirouette form of Meloetta as well. So Meloetta from Generation 5 also going to be in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Moving on to Gen 6, we have all of the Generation 6 starter Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet through Pokemon Home. So that's Chespin, Quilladin, Chestnut, Fennekin, Braixen, Delphox, Froakie, Frogadier, and Greninja. All of those Pokemon are going to be transferable through Pokemon Home into Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, so you're going to be able to shiny hunt them and stuff. Ash Greninja, though, I do not believe is going to be in the game. They've actually changed the ability Battle Bond, so even more, I guess, evidence to suggest that we're not going to get Ash Greninja. But Greninja is finally making it to the Switch. I don't think there's been any Switch games yet that Greninja's been available in, which is really interesting because it's like the favorite Pokemon in like Japan and stuff. But either way, all Gen 6 starters are going to be in the game. You can shiny hunt for them. Again, and this is why I think potentially we could even get raids for them as well, for Greninja, Delphox, and what's his name, Chestnut. That'd be really, really cool, because we obviously got one with Charizard, so we'll see what happens. Next up we have Carbink, which, why is Carbink transferable through Pokemon Home? I don't know. It's not a legendary, it's not a starter, it's not a mythical, it's not a form, it's just Carbink. So either way, Carbink, maybe because of Diancie or something like that, but Carbink is going to be available through Pokemon Home. We also have Hisuian Sliggoo, Hisuian Goodra, and also Hisuian Avalugg, as well as more Hisuian forms. Again, all Hisuian forms are going to be in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, transferable through Pokemon Home. Next up, we have Diancie, Hooper, and Volcanion for the Generation 6 Legendaries and Mythical Pokemon. Moving on to Generation 7, we of course have Rowlet because of Hisuian Decidueye. So we have Rowlet, Dartrix, Decidueye, and Hisuian Decidueye. And then we also have Magearna as well. Berserker also makes the cut, but Berserker's already in the game, so I'm not sure why this is on this list. But either way, Berserker is also transferable through Pokemon Home, which obviously would make sense. We have Zacian and Zamazenta. Now, I don't know if the shield and the sword are also going to be in this game somehow, so to be able to get like their other forms, but at this point in time, it's just said that Zacian and Zamazenta are going to be in the game, as well as Eternatus as well. Kubfu, Urshifu, and Rapid Strike Urshifu all going to be in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Again, not sure how you're going to be able to evolve them, because it's just a very much a unique way to evolve them in Pokemon in the Crown Tundra, or no, the Isle of Armor, should I say. So yeah, I'm not sure if you're not going to be able to evolve them, and you just have to transfer them in as they're already evolved. But either way, they're the Kubfu and the Urshifu forms. We have Zarude, which is also going to be transferable. Regieleki, Regidrago. So Regieleki, Regidrago available, but not Regirock, Registeel, Regice, or Regigigas. Like, who makes these decisions? I have no idea. Hoenn really got, like, I guess stung with the legendaries that they're allowed to bring in. Only Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza make the cut. But again, that might be because there's like events in the DLC or something that allows you to catch these. Maybe that's why they're not transferable through Pokemon Home. But either way, Regieleki and Regidrago make it. Glastria makes it. Spectria makes it. Calyrex makes it. Ice Form Calyrex and the Shadow Form Calyrex all make it into the game as well. And then finishing things off with Hisuian forms, or like Hisuian evolutions, which again, you will not be able to get in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Like, let's say Weirdeer is available in the Generation 9 games. Stantler is not going to be able to evolve into Weirdeer in the Generation 9 games. You have to transfer a Weirdeer from Legends Arceus into Pokemon Home into the Generation 9 games. Same with Kleavor as well. But yeah, Weirdeer, Kleavor, Ursaluna. There might be like an item or something that an NPC gives you that allows you to evolve them, but at this point in time, you can't. Anyway, Basculegion, Sneasler, Overquill, Anamoris, and then also finishing things off, the Tyrian form Anamoris as well. So those are the 106 Pokemon that are going to be transferable into Pokemon Scarlet and Violet through the new Pokemon Home update, which again comes out in spring. I'd say 104 to be fair, because a couple of these Pokemon are already in the game, like Quagsire and Berserker, I'm pretty sure are already in the game. But those are all of the Pokemon, so that is going to be everything for today's video. Let me know your thoughts on this list. Are you happy with it? Are you annoyed that your Pokemon's not made the cut? Again, usually with home transfers, it is just legendaries and starters and stuff with your random Pokemon as well, like carving, but it's just how it is. But yeah, of course, we're going to have more returning Pokemon in like the DLC, which I'm sure will get announced relatively soon, probably Pokemon Day. But this 106 probably brings it up to just over 500 for the amount of Pokemon that are going to be in Scarlet and Violet after the home update. So we're getting a little bit more Pokemon in the games. You can already like hack them in as well with like mods and stuff. Like people have already been doing it, and some of them look really, really cool. Like Groudon is massive. Yeah, the returning Pokemon in the DLC, we'll have to wait and see who makes the cut there, because there's over 1,000 Pokemon, and after this update, there's going to be half of them in the game, so we're still waiting for a lot more to be added. And again, not every single one is going to be added, but you know, there's Pokemon like the Gen 5 starters that are still yet to be on a Switch game. In fact, a lot of Gen 5 Pokemon aren't on the Switch games, like Zep Striker and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm rambling. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. It's everything from me. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.